This conference will now be recorded.
I will keep you on mute. If you just go on mute. If you have doubts, just unmute yourself.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. So XML is also similar to HTML. Okay, it also is a markup language, and the XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. Okay, why we need this XML? Because in UI5 we will be using XML tags. Okay, so XML, like you have a ABAP systems, ECC systems. You have multiple ECC systems. Okay, you want to transfer data from one system to another system. How this is possible? You are doing with either with an IDOC or some other format. Okay, but when you are passing through IDOC, the IDOC will create a structure, and the structure the output will be in XML format, and this will be sent to the other system via XML format. So the other system also interprets the XML language, and it converts it into a own structure. Okay, so basically this XML is like a middleware. You can think. So suppose like I know English, you know English, right? So I have my mother language, you know your mother language, but I don't know your mother language, you don't know my mother language. Okay, so how we are communicating? Through a common language, English. This is the main concept. Okay, so in XML also, two systems doesn't understand their own structures, but through XML they understand the common structure. Okay, so XML is mainly used for distributing data and storing data in internet. If you are transferring data, it is distributing. If you are storing data, it is for storing purpose. Okay, it is a language much similar to XML, and it is designed to store and transport data. Okay, and XML tags are designed to be self-descriptive, and this XML tags also follows the World Wide Web Consortium rules, that is W3C rules recommendations. Okay, so I said the XML tags are self-descriptive, right? So you can see the example here. I want to write a note. Okay, so in HTML, what is the root tag? HTML, right? So in XML, you can have your own custom defined tags. In HTML, we have a predefined tags like HTML body, H tag, P tag. Whereas in XML, you can have your own tags. Okay, for example, for me, the root tag is now note. In the note, what is the note intent for? You want to convey some information to other person, right? So I will write to that person name, from who is writing the note, heading, reminder, body. So don't forget to attend the class. Okay, so then I end the root node. So you can clearly see that the XML tags is self-descriptive. It also have a start tag and end tag. Okay, and in XML, without end tag, the structure will be incomplete. It will not work at all. In HTML, if you don't have an end tag, it works. But in XML, if you don't have an end tag, it will not work. Okay, so from this message, you can see that it clearly has a receiving information, sending information, a heading, and a message. Right? It is a self-descriptive and easy to understand. Okay. So this is the XML format. But how to write an XML file? Okay, so just take a notepad. You have an XML editors as well, but for the beginning, go for notepad. Okay, so I write note here. This is my start root tag. Say slash note. Okay, and here I say 2. Okay, so and this is case sensitive. In HTML, if you write the tags in your own whether it is capital letters or big small letters, it didn't care. But in XML, it is a strict recommendation that it should be it is case sensitive. Okay, so if you are if you are writing the tag with like this, okay, the end tag should also be like this. Okay, so okay, so from Srinivas, I cannot write like this. This will cause error. Okay, so I should say from like this only. Okay, so to your understanding, I'm keeping it different things such that to have the common understanding. Okay, so we have the heading body. Okay, let me write that heading as. Okay, body. Okay, this body tag is not similar to the HTML tag. It is entirely different. Okay, so let me save the file. I need to save. Click save, and it should be star, and I say XML note dot. It should end with dot XML. Save. Desktop. Okay, you see XML note. So let me open it. Okay, you see how it is coming? Is it coming in a presentation manner? No, it comes with the whatever tags you write, it comes, but it has a tree structure. It has an expand and collapse. Okay, so if I write here this too small t, okay, you will see that our example will not work. Okay, so that's why we should always take care that the start tag and the end tag should be same. Okay, so this is what we have written, but what is this? We have not written this tag. Okay, this tag is known as prelog. It comes always on the first line of the XML, whether we write it or
not doing
this is
prelog.
This is for prelog.
Okay.
Okay, it is not mandatory that we should give, but if we don't give, it comes like this. We can also specify in our document. Okay, we can specify it. Okay, it will come. If you don't specify also, it doesn't come. Sorry, it comes because it is not mandatory. Okay.
And what is the purpose of that one? Generally, we saw that saw so many places the XML version it's coming. They default the tag version kind of things, or what is the mean?
See, by default the version is 1.0. The versions will change, right? So if you are using that particular version, then we will put 1.1 or 1.2 or 2.0. So if you don't mention it, it will come this as 1.0. For HTML, from HTML5 for version 5, we are putting exclamatory mark doc type HTML, right? Okay. Likewise.
What is the latest version of XML?
Pardon me.
What is the latest
version?
Yes, XML.
XML. I also didn't take care of that one. but our UI5 take case of the latest version. Okay, if you want, we can search it in Google. Okay, I didn't,
Okay.
okay, so we can search it, no problem.
Okay. Defaultly, it will take version 1.0.
Version
I'm
1.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
There are two current versions. One is XML 1.0, which was initially defined in 1998, and currently we have the 5th edition.
5th edition. 1.0 5th edition.
Yeah. No. 5.0.
5.0. Okay.
And they have given markup language 5th edition. It is, I think, version is what 1.0 only. They have kept one. They put it 1.0. We can click this one. They will tell you more information.
Okay.
See, still it is a 1.0 only. Okay, they are making it. They didn't updating. They are making some updates, but they are putting it as 1.0 only.
Okay. The older version, they will update some changes.
Yeah. They are saying 5th edition. So
5th edition. Okay.
So it follows, you see, W3 recommendation 26 November 2008. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go to next slide. Okay. Now you can clearly see the difference between the present XML and HTML. HTML gives us in a presentation mode. Okay. So how the data should be presented, but XML will take care of only the data, how the data should be and how the data can be transported. Okay, so XML was designed to carry data with focus on what the data is, whereas HTML was designed to display data with a focus on how the data should look. Okay, you can display the same XML data in bulletin format. You can display the same data in HTML format. Okay, so and you can clearly see that XML tags are not predefined tags like HTML tags. Okay, so you can see we have used to, from, which are not there in HTML. So in XML, the author should define both the tags and as well as the document structure. It is up to the author. Author means the person who is writing that XML. Okay. So I define the structure here as to, from, heading, body with the root node as note. Okay. So not that this XML is of a fixed thing. This XML can be extended as well. Okay, so you can add a new tags. You can remove the existing tags. Okay, but still the newer version will work. Okay, so you can clearly see the older version and the new version. And means here the older version is this is the new old one. Okay, now we are into the another thing, modifying the XML file. You see that here you have a date tag, hover tag. Okay, to and from are there, and body is there. What we have removed? Heading we have removed. Okay, so but still you can transport the data. Nothing, there's nothing wrong in this file. Okay, so you can extend this XML file by adding a new tags or removing the existing tags. Okay, so what does XML simplifies? So XML simplifies in data sharing. We are sharing data from one system to another system. Okay, we are transporting the data. It simplifies platform changes. It simplifies data availability. Suppose I think that mine is a Windows system. the other system is also Windows system. I'm transferring data from my Windows system to another Windows system. Since the platforms are same, we think that okay, XML is understanding the same. No. Okay, so irrespective of the platform or the operating systems, okay, the XML works. The data can be shared, the data can be transported. Okay, XML is like works like a reading machine. Any reading machine can understand XML. For example, we have Amazon, there is a device like you see in advertisement, Alexa play the song. Okay, that is a some machine. But when the person says Alexa play this song, that song gets played. How our voice gets interpreted as XML tags, and that XML tags are taken by the search engine, that machine, and it will search us for that particular song. Whenever it finds that song, it plays that song. Okay, so the medium is for our human being, and the machine is the XML. Okay, so that's why people are in this example, the people are also considered as reading machines. Okay, so we have reading machines like people, computer, voice, machines, newsfeed, etc. Okay, so XML can be used in the many aspects of web development, and this XML is often used as a tool to separate data from presentation. XML only concentrates on data, not on presentation, whereas HTML gives importance on presentation, not on the data. Okay, and XML doesn't carry any information about how the data should be displayed. Okay, so because we want to have a clear separation between the presentation and the data. Okay, but XML and HTML complement each other. How? So XML is used to store data or transport data, while HTML is used to format and display the same data in different formats. Like I display the same data in a tabular format, I display the same data in the menu format or in the list format. Okay, so it depends upon the presenter thinking. It has nothing to do with the data. We are playing with the data and we are presenting the data in the HTML. Okay, so how this XML is presented in the HTML is we use an parsers. Okay, XML we read the file, XML file, and using JavaScript we read the XML file using XML parser, and we present this data to the HTML. Okay, but in our case we don't need to go in depth of how the XML data is read. It takes care. Our UI5 application takes care of that. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, so now let us see an example of books. Okay, so in books,
Srini, I have one doubt,
yes,
Srini.
yes.
What it will do the immediate, like immediator?
Pardon me.
No, Srini, for the HTML presentation, it will XML parcel take care of that. To
Yes.
send the values or get the values, so it
Yes.
take care of that. So it's like a immediator.
It's a parser. Okay, XML parser is there. It can be read using JavaScript. Okay, each tag will be read and then it will be interpreted and then it will be presented to the paragraph element or table element. Okay.
Okay.
By using JavaScript.
By using JavaScript, XML parser will send the data to the XML. HTML.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll take an example of books. How we can store the data. Okay. So let me make a little bit size increase. Okay, so what do you see in bookstores? You see in bookstores a lot of books, right? The books can be of different categories. Okay, so it can be category of cooking, it can be of category of children, it can be category of web, etc. So many things you have. Okay, suppose if you take a consider a single book, what does that book have? The book has a title, the book has an author, the book when the year of publishing, what is the price, right? So some books might have multiple authors, multiple publishers. Okay, so in the third book category, you see that category web, you see n number of authors. We can also restrict this the how many how many authors can be there, or only one author should be there. But from we will not discuss how that is done, because we don't need to go in depth of that, but we need to understand the XML format and XML structure. That is good enough for us. Okay, so you see that for this book, the books, the root tag is bookstore. We have a start tag and we have an end tag, bookstore. And in this bookstore, we have a collection. Okay, so I say here, file, save as bookstore. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. Okay, so if we want to have the universal text format of 8-bit, so we need to use this. Like before this, I can say encoding equal to UTF-8. If you are using a different version, then we can put that version as well. Okay, currently we are using UTF-8, so I have put. So this one, I have a root tag called bookstore. Okay, so let me end this bookstore. Okay, start tag and end tag. In this, I am going to give the collection of books. I say book. Okay, so I want a book of category cooking. Okay, so this not only the tag, we have a custom tag as well as custom attribute. This is not a predefined attribute. Okay, so cooking is a predefined custom attribute. So I'm putting category as cooking. Okay, and here I'm going to take different titles, sorry, different nodes, like the book information, the subtags of book. So what are the subtags I'm defining? The book has a title, the book has an author, the book has an year, book has a price, or year of publishing, and book has a price. So those tags I'm going to define as a title. Okay, so cooking noodles slash title. Okay, and which language it is. Okay, because the same book can be written in different languages as well, right? So I'm saying here lang equal to en. So this is also a custom attribute which defines the title, which gives a meaningful name to the title, meaningful, I say, description to the title. Okay. So cooking noodles, fine. So this tag has been done. Okay. Now I say here year tag. Yes, 2018 / year. Okay, I'm now going to define the price. 20 / price. Okay, let us see how this works. I save. Let me go to the folder. Refresh. Bookstore. See, the bookstore has come properly. Okay, so the bookstore, we have a book, and in this book we have title, year, price. Okay, now I'm going to add more books. Okay, so let me copy this, and I'm going to add a new book. Okay, so I say here, book for children. Say Tom and Jerry. Okay, so year of publishing, it is 2008, price is 10. Okay, so let me see how it comes. Yeah, fine, it has come. Somewhere I have done mistake. Yeah, here because of this ampersand symbol, it is not taking because of this. Okay, so Control X, I save, refresh. Okay, because of this tag, it is not taking. Okay, so I say ampersand AMP semicolon. It should take now. Yeah. Okay, so this is so I said that yesterday, like greater than, less than, ampersand. Okay, these are sometimes it will not display because it is treating it as a different. Okay, so for to have this tag, to have this and, I have used entity name. Right, we have discussed yesterday. So the entity tag for entity name for ampersand is ampersand AMP semicolon. Then you will get this one. Okay. Here I want to say price 10. So okay. So if I want another book and with many authors, I say here web. And the title is XML. Okay, so I say here I can put author is not there, right? So let me put one author here, author XYZ slash author. Okay, so here XYZ, I want n number of authors, so I can have the n number of authors also. So, okay, so you can see this as a clear tree structure. I can expand. If I say expand, collapse this root node, the root node collapses. Okay, if I say want to collapse the first cooking, I can collapse. Okay, so you can see that it is like a tree structure with all the information. Okay, So next. So you see the root element is bookstore, and the root element, okay, so the root element has different nodes like book. Okay, we have a book, for example, and this has an child elements, child tags like title, author, year, and price. So, right? Title, author, year, and price. And the book element has a category called book cooking. So this is an attribute of the book. Category is cooking. So the child nodes like title, author, year, and price are called as siblings because it is under the same node and of the same structure. It is under the same node only. Okay, so we cannot consider the subnodes of the title as the siblings of author. Okay, so only the same level will be considered as siblings. Okay, and each subtag can also have attributes. So you see title has a attribute called language. Okay, so and this tags has a text called cooking noodles. Okay, in this example it is everyday Italian. So the title has an everyday Italian, and the author has a text called Gia di Laurentiis. Okay, text as year as text with 2005, price as text with 30. Okay, so the bookstore and the books has a parent-child relationship. Okay, and you can clearly see that it is a tree structure, and the tree starts with the root and it has branches of to the leaves like bookstore, book, and in the book you have title, author, year, price. Okay, understood? Any doubts? Let me know so that I will explain you. Okay, so you see that the first statement of the XML is known as prelog. This is not mandatory, but if you don't write it, this will come. Okay, why we are writing this encoding UTF-8 is we want to display the we want to display the page in different languages. So we are also considering the universal text format. Okay, so we have different characters in French, like this: E with an cap, E with an strike, right? So the forward strike, backward strike on the top. So we want to have these characters to be displayed in our XML as well. If we don't write this, we might cause error. So that's why we define the encoding format. Okay. UTF is the default character encoding for XML documents. So if you don't specify also, it will take UTF-8. Okay, so we have already seen this one, ampersand. Okay, if you want to have a display message like salary less than 1000, if you use this ampersand LT, that is entity name, then you will see in the output this symbol. Okay, because we are already using the tags with greater than and less than symbols. So if you want to print some symbols in between in the text, so we need to use this entity references. Okay, so next, coming to these things, suppose we have a two tags of similar types. Okay, but the dimensions of these the subtags of the root tag might be different. Okay, for example, the table, if you consider a table, Let me show you that example. You see, this is a table, right? Name, age. Okay, I've put the information in a table. How this table looks? This is an HTML table. Okay, so if the table will have a something like this. Let me open directly in a notepad. Okay. So you see there is a HTML tag called table. Okay, and this table has rows. Okay, you see table. The table, the data, name, age, Gautam, Srinivas has come in table. Okay, so this table we have columns and rows. Table has rows and columns. So in order to get the rows, I say tr. Okay, in the tr I want a column, so I use th tag. This is table header. So table, when you use th, it comes in bold. Okay, so this is one row, and this row contains two columns, th. Okay, table header. So next row I want to display the data, so I use a tr table row. In the table row we have table data, okay, and table data, because I want to have like a good text, right? Name should be of name, not age. Okay, so I say I give the value under the td, that means table data Gautam, and table under table data as 28. So it comes under the age 28 age column. Okay, so I want to add another column, so I said tr table row, and in this tr I have two table data, that is Srinivas and 40. So it comes like this, and I have put for the table the border as 2. Okay, so this is nothing but an HTML table, right? So I want to display the information of HTML table as well as some other table. Okay, some other table means furniture. So furniture table, dining table is also called as a table, right? What does this table have? This table has a name, it has a width, length, and height, right? So I want to have that information displayed in the XML as well. Okay, but you see that this table has a tag called table, and this furniture is also having a table. So, but the subtags are different. Here you have tr, td. Here you have name, width, length, and the structure is also different. Okay, so if you use these two in our file, then a name conflict will occur, because this structure is different and that structure is different. Okay, so in order to avoid this name conflict, we use a prefix. Okay, so for HTML we consider a prefix h, and for furniture we consider a prefix f, and we use this prefix, and these prefixes refer to some APIs. Okay, so you see in the root tag we have put XMLNS, that means XML namespace. H refers to the HTML table, whereas F refers to the furniture table. So in this way, when you use, then the conflicts will be removed. So when this table is read, it reads the APIs from this site. When the table furniture is going to read, then this API is going to be considered. Okay, so the namespace URI is will take care of this conflict. If you don't specify it, it will be conflict, because in our UI5 we have APIs for mobile and desktop. We might need to use some related information from UI in the SAP.m libraries as well as SAP.UI libraries in the same file. Okay, so using this namespace conflict, using this namespace, we can avoid the conflict if we try to use the same element from different APIs. Okay, you will see that this is for your understanding why we need the XML. Okay, so I have told you these entities. Okay, so similar. Any questions? Let me know. I'll just quickly go through the web IDE. So, any questions? Just shout now. Yes.
Srini, the conflict you are trying to say, right? The table and one more, the same tag, it will come into conflict. Just go to the example tag a little bit.
Yeah, I will tell you this one in a live scenario itself. I will show you. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me open UF Explode as well. Yeah, let me open SAP UI5 Explode as well. Times 2. Yes. Let me take the table itself. Let me take this. Make it open. Okay, so you see there is a button. Okay, it is from SAP.UI Commerce. Okay, and there is also a button with SAP.em. Okay, there are two things, and if you see closely, some properties are similar, some properties will be dissimilar. Okay, and this is deprecated from version 1.38. Okay, so if you want to use, suppose consider that you are using version below 1.38 and you want to use both the button from this API and as well as this API. Okay, then it will not be, it will be a conflict. Okay, so let me open the web IDE. It is taking time still. Yeah. Okay. So once you see now this index.html contains HTML tags. Now you will understand a bit better, right? After going through that HTML and XML, you can clearly see what is header tag, what is title, okay, what is body, okay. And when you go to view, you see this is an XML file, and you see all these are custom tags, not a predefined tags. Okay, so you see that we are using the APIs of SAP.m. I want to use APIs of SAP.UI common as well. Suppose I want to define a button. I can say simply button text equal to this testing. Okay, this automatically refers to SAP.m. But I want to refer an different button, that is SAP.UI commons. Okay, so if I want to refer this SAP.UI commons, then I need to say here XMLNS, that is XML namespace. I say U, I'm giving a prefix U, okay, equal to, I need to define this. Okay, so under this, I will say U colon, say button. Okay, text equal to commons. Button from commons API. So you see that it is coming as deprecated. Okay, but let us see how it comes. And let me run this file. So it is restricting me not to use. Okay, so yeah, it is. Yeah. Do you see the difference between these two buttons? Display? Anand?
Yeah, it's small and larger, you are trying to say.
Yeah, yeah. This is
That is
an
a
SAP
version.
button. Testing with larger with height is a SAP.m button, whereas with a smaller one, it is UI common.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I'm using two buttons of different APIs. So I don't want to have a conflict. Then I use this namespace.
Okay.
Okay,
But
so we will be.
Siri, but it's showing error na.
Yeah, it is saying for us. It is saying that don't use the deprecated version.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
You see clearly in orange color, the button sap.ui common.button is deprecated since version content 1.35 replaced with sap.m.button. It is
Okay,
giving us an information.
okay, okay. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Fine. Did you understand this XML concept?
Yeah.
Yes, Srini.
Yeah. I'm just go through the tutorials which so far which I have shared, such that you will understand. I will leave. There is no class tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
Okay.
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 So try to
Srini,
understand
Srini,
whatever we have discussed. Yes.
Srini, I want to add two numbers. Srini, yesterday I tried it, Srini, but it not come, Srini.
You need to share the code. You need to share on the online. Then only I can explain you where you are going wrong.
Okay, Srini.
Let me make you presenter.
Now, okay. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Pandian.
Srini, just a minute, Srini. I connected in my mobile. Just a minute. Uh, Srini, give me 5 minutes, 2 minutes, Srini. I open my system.
Then we'll see later.
Later. When, Srini?
Or like today evening or sometime.
Ah, okay, Srini. Okay. Today we see today evening, Srini. Okay, sure, Srini.
Okay. So
Ah, okay, Srini.
you just go through my video. I think you are not for. One thing might be the issue is you need to go through the JavaScript thoroughly.
Yes, Srini.
Okay.
Actually, I
Other
have.
thing is follow the something like how you need to use correctly. You are not using the APIs correctly. That's why it might be the issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually,
So
okay, I will check. Yesterday I tried it more times, but it will show the one value. If I add two numbers, it will show the one values.
what value you're getting if you enter 1 and 2 in the input? What is the output you're getting?
I show it in message toast dot show, and
Yeah.
then the element get by element by ID equal
Mhm.
to that I gave that parameters ID, input parameters ID in one
See,
variable, and
you should not use get element by ID.
oh,
I think if you have not you followed my tutorial, which we discussed previously.
okay, Srini.
Okay, so that
Actually,
is
yesterday
pure JavaScript. Pure
okay,
JavaScript. Okay,
okay,
we will be
okay,
using a different concept here. Use this dot by ID.
okay.
You have
So here,
forgotten
yes,
because one
yesterday
month
also you
gap.
told,
You have forgotten. Use this dot by ID and give that ID. Then you will get it.
this dot. Okay, Srini, I will go through the documents, Srini.
Okay.
Now, okay, Srini, I will check and let you know.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying you are not following you have forgotten because of 1 month gap, you have forgotten.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay,
just
Srini.
just go through that since you don't have that videos, you are not able to follow it. That's the reason. Okay,
Okay, Srini.
okay, fine. So we'll see on Monday again.
What, Srini?
Monday.
Monday we have the class Monday. Okay, Srini.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So
sure.
meanwhile, you can practice XML and HTML and you
Okay,
can get familiarized.
Sure,
okay,
sure,
sure.
Srini.
Okay.
Srini might
Anand,
be. Yeah,
Anand,
go ahead.
you can call me after 11 if you wish.
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, Srini.
Or I will call you after 11.
Yeah, no problem. I will call you. No issues, Srini.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
And one more thing, I will try to that web ID I will try to configure. Otherwise, I will text you today. And I'm sure it will
Yeah,
get answered. Okay.
sure.
Actually, Srini, for
Okay.
the configuring the web ID, it will have the Google. If you search, it have the step-by-step process, Srini, for the configure the web ID.
Yes. He can configure, but he is getting a different error in his this office laptop. Okay. So he said he will try in his own laptop and then he
Okay,
will let us know. Okay.
okay, Srini.
Anand?
Okay, bye bye.
Yeah, okay, Srini.
Um,
Thanks, Srini.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye, Srini. Bye.